What up, everybody? A refresh. Testing. Testing. How's it sound? Ooh. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Making sure my mic don't feedback. What's up, everybody?
I'll be back.
All right. The Netherlands. Come on. A little more drive. A little more drive. Hold on. That's better. What's up, everybody? Good evening. What's up, everybody? Well, one of my students today, so today I did a $19 lesson day, and I think I'm going to let it go through the whole weekend. I didn't have internet earlier, so I couldn't teach class, my high school class today, none of my high school classes today. And so I thought, go online, do a crazy deal. $19 lesson day, still like 30 minutes. I'll still give you PDFs. If you saw it, Devontae, what's up? If you saw it, all you had to do was cash at me $19 and you can get your lesson. I'm going to extend it through the whole weekend. So if you just say, hey, I want a lesson tonight or I want a lesson tomorrow or Sunday afternoon, just hit me. Cash at me 19 bucks, you got it. What I did though, the first couple students, we were doing other people's music. One of my students hit me and was like, he got this blues thing that he was practicing and he wanted my help with phrasing. And so it was based off a D minor, and it was really at first just D minor and A minor, right? D minor 7. It was just that. I get off my lesson with the guy and I heard these other chords. I thought that was beautiful, right? I thought that's pretty. I'm gonna play it one more time just because. I see you guys are commenting, so I don't want to ignore you guys. But I thought, like, this is too good to pass up. So here's what I decided to do. I tracked it out. And you know me, I love giving away free stuff. This week, I probably mailed off 25 or 27 packages of stickers. Church Guitarist stickers, by the way. Shameless plug. If you don't have a Church Guitarist t-shirt, I'm not wearing. This is my t-shirt. It's got my name on it. But if you don't have a Church Guitarist t-shirt, shame on you. All you got to do is cash at me 25 bucks. Go to our website. You can see the colorways that we offer. Go to our website. You can pick your colorway, your size, send it to me, and I'll order you a shirt. I'll send it to you. All right? So I sent away some stickers and that type of thing. I love giving away like free stuff, right? So today, the little jam that I put together, you're going to play with me. I'll send you, if you want, I will send you the link. You can download the song. It's going to be about 4 minutes long. I'll take a couple solos, you take a couple solos, and we just vibe out. And these are the chords. So it's D minor 7, A minor 7, and then that repeats. Then we take it down chromatically to G minor 7, and then back up to A minor 7. And then B flat major 7. Back to G minor 7. Then an A9 sus. And that's basically the track. So sounds like real soulish. time. So here's what the track sounds like. Can y'all hear that pretty good? Solo. I'm using a pentatonic scale, right? sometimes. Simple stuff like that. Hold on. Let's talk about some of the stuff that I'm kind of going through. Chromatic scales, especially when you're playing like the pentatonic scale. Say we're actually in D. So a lot of times, instead of just playing, I'll play more of the bluesier pentatonic scale like this. It's like 3 strings per note, right? We learned that a few weeks ago. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask, all right? Am I boring y'all today? Warren, I'm in D. D minor. Yeah, Robert, I get it. I get that. Me too. Me too. I had to learn that trick, Robert, by the way. I have another mini pedal board. I don't use this one that much anymore, but I still have it. As a matter of fact, a couple of days ago, I almost bought a box load of pedals just to have them, like the Strymon Big Sky, a couple other things. And I didn't. I'm trying to exhibit some form of restraint. You could literally break the bank with guitar stuff. You could break the. I got 10 guitars sitting over here right now, 11 really. 11 guitars, and they're all precious to me. They're like little babies. They're all my babies. And you couldn't tell me that these guitars don't mean that much to me. You just really couldn't. But I had to learn how to use that volume pedal. It saves you for um, making sure you know where you're playing, making sure you know where you are, and coming in per se with the right tone or coming in on the right chord, on the right chord. Uh, I hear something in my head. So I heard a chord in my head. I had to chase it. So the song, I don't want to get too sidetracked. The song that you heard me playing earlier, this song right here. If in this feed you say, hey, I want that track, or you send me an email to TheeChurchGuitarist, I'm going to put my email address in here. If you send me an email to that email address, since I'm here, let's talk about soloing versus playing the scale. People always ask me all the time, you know, you're teaching me how to play scales, but how do I turn that into soloing? And to be quite honest, they're almost synonymous. And I don't mean in the point to where a solo looks like a scale. I mean, we're soloing using the scale, okay? Nobody, I don't care how great of a guitar player they are, nobody's escaping a scale. Some scale, in some sense, on some part of the fretboard, they're using a scale to solo. The problem is they're not playing it like a scale. Say we're in the key of D. I wouldn't solo necessarily like this. Or, but I would go, and I'm still using those. I'm still using those notes of the scale. If I have a couple strings that their patterns are the same, I'll do chromatic scales, which is to get to where I want to be. If I want to be here, and I know I'm gonna go from here, from G to D, then I'll use a chromatic scale. That's part of the blues scale. Or people always get amazed. Talk about, man, that's so. I'll never be able to do that. 2 years ago, I couldn't either. It is literally the D minor pentatonic scale. And all I'm doing is I'm repeating the first two strings. I used to practice that. I used to put on a metronome and practice that like crazy. So, the other point that soloing has that playing just the scale is, soloing, I watched a master class from Santana, who I saw with Prince in like 97. Changed my life forever. Changed my life forever. It's very simple, DJ. It's very, very simple. And it changed my life forever. During the halftime show, Prince called out Carlos, and they jammed for like an hour and a half on stage. And in the master class that Carlos Santana did, he says, if you're not playing with your whole heart, why are you playing? Like, nobody comes to hear any band. I don't care what musician, what position or musical instrument you play. Nobody's paying to come see you, and you don't make faces. You don't look like you love what you're doing. Nobody wants to see you paint, and you don't look like you love what you're doing. Nobody wants to see you draw or build, and you are not enthusiastic or passionate about what you're doing. And Carlos is synonymous with a line. I'm gonna see if I can play it. I hope I can play it. That song, that line, is almost every Carlos Santana record. pentatonic scale, and he does that in almost every song. The blessing is you never have to be the master of 50 different ways to play a scale or notes. You got to master your passion. You got to master your feel. Now, I'm not Carlos Santana, but when he plays it, you almost see light beams shooting from his guitar because he means just like B.B. King. B.B. King is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and B.B. King literally mastered 5, 6 notes. He was playing a pentatonic scale, and he was killing on every record, every song. And not because of the notes, it's really because of his passion for that song, for those movements, for what he's playing. I'll say it again, just in case you guys didn't hear me before. I played a track, this track right here. Thank you. If you want this track just to play along with, send me your email address. You can do it in the stream. If you put your email address in the stream, you're saying, I want you to send me this track. And I will, as soon as I get off this live, I will forward you a link where you can just download this track for free and just vibe out with me. Chasing like a Prince-ish kind of sound. To me, he's the quintessential all-around guitar player. Since I'm on the subject of soloing, if you're not lightning fast, practice, but don't go out there trying to do stuff you can't do. If you're a 3-note solo artist, solo with your 3 notes. We will enjoy you better if you play what you're confident in. Have you noticed some guys will take a solo and they'll do one lick and it'll loop? and loop like he's going or she's going. Did y'all hear what I said? Watch how it makes you feel. Here's the lick, and after a while, you start going, oh, I feel that. And it's just little nuances sets you at a place to where you be like, people are going, you are killing. So, Rod, it's been 3 years. I haven't taken any formal theory, or I have what I call musical senseis. And so, Derek Allen, Derek D-O-A Allen. If you don't know who this guy is, just Google his name. If you don't know who this guy is, just Google his name. Derek Allen, when I was a little boy, I used to follow this gospel group that a mentor of mine, his name is Dennis Austin, he used to have. And Derek Allen used to play bass. I used to go to the church where Dennis played organ, and I played the drums as a little boy. I remember the year Dennis, Derek, Bobby G, who lives in Sacramento also, all went on the tour with people. Bobby G went with like Sheila E. Derek Allen went with like Janet Jackson. Dennis Austin went with Bobby Brown. My heart was broke, but when I looked up and they were on like Arsenio Hall and stuff like that, Derek Allen is an incredible guitar player. So every once in a while, I'll go over to his studio and he'll send me through the gamut. And he's no slouch. He's not easy on me like the dude cracks down on me all the time. Him and a guy named Big Mike, who's killing in Los Angeles. Big Mike Hart, who's a guitar player who grew up and also under the tutelage of Derek Allen. So no formal lessons. What I will say is I have made enough mistakes publicly to be at home practicing my guitar every day. When I first started out, I played my guitar 5 hours a day, every day, without fail. My family, the reason why I'm live is because everybody left. My family wanted to kill me. I played guitar so much, for real. What is a Macedonia song? Please tell me. Look, I do not know what that is. You got me stumped. Brittany, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So I'm going to look it up. Can I look it up and maybe get it out of my hands? Because I don't have the slightest idea what it is. But I played it for like, I play it, even though I play full time, I'm still on my guitar. Now, my exploration with the guitar is, can I play what I hear in my head? Sometimes the disconnect is, especially when you're being taught, the difference between ear-trained musicians, drums, keyboards, bass, and all that, and theoretically trained musicians is people who are trained to do theory, they are literally stuck to the page. And they may ad-lib a little bit, but that page kind of dictates where they go. When you have orally trained musicians or ear-trained musicians, They kind of play what they feel. As a matter of fact, the blues and gospel was built solely on feel. It had nothing to do with whether or not a minor whatever, minor nines should go in a proper place. It was whatever they felt like playing. So right now, my exploration with the guitar is playing what I hear in my head and then making it stick. So like a few minutes ago, I went, when I accidentally do stuff like that, I stop everything. And I try to remember it. I try to remember it. So that's kind of like what I'm doing now. And Macedonia is a country. And the trip is, I got you about the minor nines and the chords. The trip is down the street from my house is a church called Macedonia. So I definitely didn't know what you were talking about. So I'm using the sounds of my computer. So my computer, I have a virtual pedal board. So I have something that feels like a tube screamer. And I have, if we're talking like the numbers on a clock, my drive is at like 2 o'clock and the level is like at unity and the tone is a little past unity. I appreciate it. And I'm using chorus, delay, and like a spring reverb. So that chorus gives it a little like bendy air. And then I'll put it in the song. Since I found that. Brittany, what's really cool about, especially about virtual guitars, it's difficult to dial in if you're really used to analog pedals. If you're used to, extra analog pedals, and some of that from the cabinet, it's difficult to dial in. The biggest despair is in this particular age, everybody's doing stuff inside the box. Unless you got nice sized budgets to work with and you can travel to Nashville or Los Angeles and go to your favorite producer studio and then be there. But for the most part, people are swapping files, inside and out. That's what made Kemper amp profiler so big in this time, because now you can have a device and have any amp you want at any given time. So it's a little difficult to dial in. It takes some getting used to because it doesn't necessarily play like my Blackstar and my Quilter with my pedals. But it comes close enough for me to be okay with it to play, because if I'm playing for a session, then they're going to doctor it up as well. They're going to, a good engineer knows what a guitar should sound like and will put it in the proper place. Will make sure the timbre and everything is right. The one thing I cannot stand is a guy maybe taking a lick that I did and he doesn't know what to do with it. He don't know where to put it. He don't know how thick it should sound, that kind of stuff. So let's take, for instance, this chord. It's a D minor 7. And that's kind of along the lines of the 6/9, the minor 9 chord. But one of my first approaches is I always look at where some of those major notes are. I try to look for patterns. I'm big on patterns. Even when it comes with chording, I'm big on patterns. So all that extra stuff falls away at the beginning. And I look for the patterns that are in the chord. What will get you sometimes is, I'm going to turn the overdrive off and the chorus off for a second. Like say, if we're playing D major 7, then your solo is not in this chord structure. It's not within these. It's not in here. It's not inside those frets. If you're playing minor, then some of your soloing is inside in the minor position. Some of your soloing's inside the chord. If you're playing major, your soloing is above it. I'm on the fret, the last fret that makes up this D major 7. And that's where I get my soloing from. And once I have my bearings, and I like some guys you see play, they're all over the fretboard. Like they're everywhere in the fretboard. But the way I approach this is I don't want to get too lost. Especially being on stage, playing under all those lights and under all that pressure, it's easy to get lost. It's easy to forget what key you're in, where the spaces were, whatever. It's easy to forget. And if you haven't memorized where certain root notes are, then yeah, you'll lose yourself real quick. So I kind of take it from there. Another thing I do is I listen to like Miles Davis and John Coltrane. They weren't the musicians who were together, Boney James and, David Sanborn playing really, really fast. They played slow lead lines. got it. I heard it in my head. I'm trying to find it. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go back and pull out that vinyl real quick and learn that later today. Like stuff like that I have floating around in my head, and I'll be soloing. But, you know, when I approach trying to be a little bit more complicated or complex, then I'm taking stuff from Jimmy Smith organ solos, or, you know, John Coltrane sax lines, or for that matter, Al McKay, who played for Earth, Wind and Fire and produced most of their music, or Ernie Isley. They had short solos in the song, but they were just like incredible. And even the Isley brothers, I'm sorry, Frankie Beverly and Mays. I played a couple times before, but when I'm practiced and ready, then I kind of know them. That's kind of how I approach soloing. Shucks. First of all, Jabari's been playing since he was way young, right? So he's got a head start on all of us. When it comes to quartet, I'm going to turn the delay off. When it comes to playing quartet music, practicing it, there's just certain things you got to have from the beginning. That takes a metronome. Ooh, I'm gonna put my pick down for a second. If you don't hear nothing else I say today, practice with a metronome every time you practice. So you know how you are when you have to catch a plane, and when you know it's gonna be at a time that you are usually in the bed sleep, that you're usually kind of like unresponsive, you set an alarm clock, you set your clothes out, you make so many advances to make sure you are wherever you're going to need to be on time, right? With playing guitar, it is just like that. Your hand needs to know that by a certain beat or a certain measure, we've got to conform to a different chord. We've got to make a different chord structure. We've got to be in place. And if you don't play to a metronome, your hand never gets used to being somewhere. Jabari has a lick. I don't have it down yet. The lick is, sorry. He does that lick, but he can do it at 162 BPM. And I'll turn on my metronome, and I can probably do it about 100, 120. Another guy is, and his last name is Nordstrom. I think his first name is Andres Nordstrom or something like that. He's and he can do Jabari licks, lick for lick, note for note. Another guy, Mark Lettieri. I listen to Mark. I don't listen to Mark Lettieri to learn the practice to be like him. He plays a snarky puppy. Nope, don't do it. Corey Wong is really funky. Corey Wong is really funky. But if you want to get your speed up to be able to do, you got to have, it's about pressure in your hands. It's about syncing your, your strumming. Yeah, play with a metronome. I can't stress that enough. You're never gonna get faster if you don't play with a metronome. You won't. You can go ahead and chart me for the next year. I promise you, in a year's time, I'm gonna be much faster. I play with a metronome I practice the metronome every day. That's something Big Mike taught me. It's an exercise I do when I'm warming up. And so, like, you're never going to be faster if you don't play to a metronome. Hold on just a second. Let me. Oh, I hope I don't lose what I've already done. Let me put a shout track on real quick just so you can see how fast a praise break can really take you. What's up, Jerry? So that's a great question. That's a great question, by the way. Great question. That's a great question, Jerry. Hold on just a second. I want to. Just make sure this is. So that's at 145 right now. So the way I train my ear for learning how to play different types of music, how about we go hat off, is I'll put on YouTube, I'll put on iTunes and go, hey, Siri, play some gospel music, right? And whatever's on, I'm looking for the tonic. I'm looking for the root note. Promise you, that's the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking for the root note, where that is, and then from there, I kind of go to what's happening in the song, what are the chord changes, those type of things. Let me see if I just need to get my rack up so y'all can hear me. Okay, so, yeah. So I listen to all kind of music to see, even when I'm watching television. I remember when I lost my mind. Bless your soul. That might not be the right key, but it's the melody. Do I have an octave? An octavator on or something? I mean, that sounds good, but do it? Man. I listen to television commercials. I'm playing the everything. This joint is tripping. It's like I'm playing bass too. So let's play some. That's too fast for me. I love that. Playing with a metronome. If you're talking about this hand right here, playing with a metronome. Setting it. I couldn't do that. That's 145. I'm going to take it up in a second. The highest I could go a year ago was like 100. Let's hear what 100 sounds like. A year ago, I could play it at 100. And be accurate. I could do it. Let's take it up. 150. One, two, three. too bad. 158. We going higher, huh? Woo! My forearm is burning. Nobody's playing no games. $165. Fast for my hands, for real. Too fast for my hands. But now this hurts. Anybody else have any other questions? You guys been on here almost 2 hours. Like, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? I appreciate everybody tuning in today. So if anybody wants this blues track, if anybody wants this blues track, all you have to do is put your email inside the screen. Thank you, Warren. Hey, Warren, I watch you too. Don't be playing. Is that a falcon? Is that a white falcon that you have? A Gretsch? Ooh, that's a beautiful guitar, bro. All right, so thank you guys for joining me. If you want this track, put your email inside the stream, and I'll send you this track that you can play along. And if you have Logic, I will send you my settings. I will take a snapshot of my settings, and I'll send them to you. Until we meet again, stay tuned up.